Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Mike Colleen at MikeColleen.com, and today I'm going to reveal to you the number one technique that destroyed you emotionally that narcissists used on you. The goal of this video is, number one, to help you understand what happened. Because a lot of you just like, why am I so... Because a lot of us got devastated to the point where we're like, what the fuck's going on? Like, why am I so upset? Like, it's confusing because you're like, and yet... you don't want to go outside. It's like something in your heart and your solar plexus, like it stings, and you don't trust anyone, and you have this like unbelievable traumatic experience from it, right? So it's very discombobulating. It's confusing and it hurts like really bad. So here's what they did. All right. So there's a technique called matching and mirroring. Its design is to gain rapport with someone you're talking to, okay, with their unconscious mind, because it's like opening a door and now you can hear someone clearly. So it adds clarity to communication, all right? So in the love bombing phase, and this is one of the biggest things or most important things a narcissist will do to you, is they will mirror you to death. They'll match your values, they'll match your beliefs, they'll match your rules, everything that you like in life. They'll even put on a favorite song. Now, trust me, this is not about love bombing. This is about something called mirroring that I bet none of you have understood on this level. I'm going to reveal something that is going to help you to heal from this, okay? So, there's something called matching and mirroring. Now, I'm going to give you an idea of it. But they're doing it from the low reptilian brain, so it's slightly different, but this still will give you a real solid idea of what happened. So in NLP, they will teach you how to match and mirror someone. So let me give you an idea. So if you're facing a mirror and you raise your right hand, well, on what side of the mirror does the hand come up? On the same side, of course. Now, matching would be if you're facing a person and you raised your right hand, but they raised the other side, which would be their right hand if they're facing you, but it would be on the other side. That's matching, right? Now, there's all kinds of ways to match and mirror people. You can breathe in and out at the same rhythm that they are. So when they breathe out, you breathe out. When they breathe in, you breathe in. You can do it to all kinds of things. If you're a real expert at this, you can match and mirror the pulse on their ankle with the tapping of your finger, all right? So that just kind of gives you an idea of how unconscious human beings are. Okay. Now, matching and mirroring is a very good skill. There's nothing wrong with it. People that gain rapport with people are very good at it. All right. So here's the deal, though. Narcissists do not use it in an ethical way. Obviously, they use it to hurt you, to set you up. But I'm not going to explain it in this video. They bring something a little bit different, but it is a form of mirroring. Okay. It's a reptilian form of mirroring. So one thing they taught us in this 5-week training, it's NLP hypnosis training in Hawaii, was it is not ethical to mirror someone when they go to buy a product or to sign a contract. And the reason being is because when somebody mirrors you, when you talk, unconsciously, they think that they're the ones thinking and coming up with the ideas and talking. They think that it's them that's talking. All right? So that's why it's not ethical. So when it comes time to buy something or to sign a contract, you need to match them to keep rapport. Otherwise, they don't realize that you're the one coming up with the ideas. They need to be the one that's making the decision, okay? Now watch this. This is a very unconscious thing that narcissists are doing. Now just, here's what happens. During the love bombing phase, they are mirroring the crap out of you. When they were stalking you, when they were asking your friends, like, what's their favorite song? And then they put it on their cell phone. So when it rings, your favorite tune comes on. Like, oh my God, it's my favorite song. They're like, oh my God, me too. No, it's not. It's fake. That's what they do in the love bombing phase. They'll find out, they'll even follow you, like what restaurants you go to. They'll ask the waiter, like, what do they order? And they say, oh, it's someone I like. When I take them out, I'm going to order it for them. And they'll do all kinds of things to do research on you. And I'm sure a lot of you have already known about this. What they're doing is they're mirroring everything about you. Now, here's why. Human beings actually love themselves. Human beings like themselves. That whole idea of opposites attract, that's bullshit. They may attract, but they don't get along. You really need to find someone that has similar values, similar ways of thinking, and on and on and on. It's all about gaining rapport. Otherwise, you don't understand each other. You argue and fight, blah, 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 just like being in a narcissist relationship, right? So here's the deal. The reason why you fell in love with that person, even if it was a business associate, a friend, or it was a partner, right? A marriage or girlfriend, boyfriend, girlfriend, etc. The reason why you fell in love with them was because they mirrored you to death. They listen closely to your words. Now, this is something I was taught in NLP. You can discover people's values, rules, and beliefs and decisions if you listen closely and if you know what to ask. They are the experts of communication and listening to words. That's what they do. So they repeat back to you your values, your beliefs, your rules, and your decisions that you've made in your life, right? But that's not who they are. That's who you are. And that's why you're like, wow, this person's really smart. I really get along with this person. I really like, and all of a sudden, God, this is like the best person in the world. We're really going to have a great life together, and things are going to, like in business is going to take off. And you really like, oh my God, this is like, finally, you found the right person. You're going to have fun together. Life's going to be great. And this is part of the love bombing, okay? And this is why your unconscious mind attaches to them, falls in love. But what's happening is they have been mirroring you. So your unconscious system, which, okay, have you ever seen that image with the iceberg is underneath the water and it's like 95%, and then at the very top is your conscious mind? Consciousness is when you're awakened to all of yourself or a larger part of yourself that's underneath the water, like the iceberg. So your unconscious mind is like 90 plus, it's technically, I think it's 93% of your brain. 93% of you is unconscious. All right? So here's the deal. That's who you really are. So they gain rapport with you to the effect of mirroring you, where your unconscious mind thinks that they are you. It's literally like looking in a mirror. I'm not kidding. So when you look in the mirror, you know that's you. Of course you do, consciously, because you're looking in the mirror. The trick with a narcissist, though, is when you look in their mirror, your emotions, your emotional body looks at that, and it's an unconscious feeling of, oh, that's me. And everything they say is right. And everything they say is what I agree with, and on and on. And then what they do, once they know that it's like, here's what they've done. They've hijacked your unconscious mind. They've hijacked your entire system. So once they know they've done that, they test you. And what they do is they'll do something really mean and really hurtful, or they'll set you up, or they'll like, one example is like, hey, you know, I tell you what, why don't we meet at this place at such and such time? And then when it doesn't happen, and then when they don't show up, you're like, dude, what happened? Where were you? Oh, really? Oh, I don't remember setting up that appointment. They're testing to see if you're hooked yet, and if you forgive them and overlook it. Because a normal person would be like, what the fuck do you mean you don't remember, you fucking asshole? Like, they would flip out, right? That's what a normal, healthy human being would do. Well, most of you weren't healthy in the sense of self-respect. So what they're testing for, and then they'll do a bigger test, and then a bigger one, and at that point they're like, I got them. What they're literally doing is like they're plugging into your system, like you plug it into a stereo or into a computer with a wire, and you plug it in, right? And now they have hijacked your system. Now watch what happens. This is the sick part. What they then do is they begin to punish you. Every value. So let's say your favorite food is P.F. Chang's and a restaurant, and you like to eat orange chicken and rice. The minute you order it, they're going to be like, really? Okay, well, that food sucks. And they start to punish you. When you're eating it, they're like, dude, that's disgusting. They will do anything they can to suddenly turn you against everything that is you. When you begin to communicate and express one of your values, like, oh, love is so important, blah, 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 and like, what? And then they'll punish you for it. Now, another thing they're doing is they're setting anchors. There's something in NLP and hypnosis we call anchors. They will wait until you express some kind of emotional pain that you suffered in the past, in a family life, or maybe an ex-boyfriend or girlfriend, or they will hurt you, and then they'll anchor it in. Now, anchoring can be done visually, like I can give you a certain look. I can touch my nose twice with my tip of my finger. Or it could be auditory. I could snap my finger, which is what most hypnotherapists do. They snap their finger, go deeper, deeper, all the way down. They snap their finger, right? And then when they want you to go in the trance, they snap the finger. So it could be a word, it could be a tone, it could be a look. And then there's kinesthetic, where they can reach out and touch you, okay? Maybe I'll do another video on anchors. So here's what they do. They will anchor in massive pain, something that really, really hurts you. And then what happens is, when you start expressing one of your values, your top values, they will fire off that anchor. And now what happens is they linked up massive pain to one of your number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5 values. And now all of a sudden, whenever you express that value, it begins to hurt you. And it stings you. A lot of us got this thing that I call the narcissistic sting. It's like you're getting stung by a wasp in your solar plexus. All right? So let me look at my notes here. Be patient with me here, people. I've got to do a couple things here. Hold on. Got my computer here, and I've got my notes. All right. So this is what happens. So they mirror you until they hijack your system. Because remember, it's like you're looking at yourself in the mirror, but you're not conscious of it because you're not in front of an actual mirror. So in the love bombing phase, they hijack your system. All right. Now, once they got that, they test it by hurting you on purpose to see if you're going to come back around or if you're going to take off. Okay. And if when they test you and you don't come back right away, you're like, oh, it's okay, I forgive you. Then what they do is they mirror you some more until they've got your system hijacked. All right. So then comes the devaluing phase. Once they've hijacked you and they know it and they've tested it, then what they do is they go into the devaluing phase or stage. Okay. Now in the devaluing stage, this is when they start to stab you and they start to attack you. So all your values, your rules, beliefs. Let's say you like to go to the beach and it's like your favorite place. You love to go hiking on trails, or you love to go to a certain restaurant and eat a certain food. What they will do is they will attack you on that, okay? They will fire off that anchor. They will give you that dirty look. They'll go, oh, that's stupid. Now here's the sick, vicious part of this whole thing, and this is the point of this video. What happens is, since they've hijacked your system, they are rewiring your system to attack itself. Because remember, on an unconscious level, even though they're in the devaluing phase, your unconscious mind thinks that it is saying, oh, that food's no good. Oh, that's a dumb value. Oh, why do you believe that? That's not true. And they start to punish you, and they start to belittle you. They start to devalue. And so what happens is it's getting wired into your own system to begin to devalue you, to belittle you, to sting you, to hurt you on anything that you love. Anything that you believe in, anything that you like, from good food. Like, let's say your top value is happiness and joy and creativity and power and success and love and creativity. All of a sudden, anytime you start to be creative, boom, you get stung. And here's the deal. They'll sit there and wait until it's been set, and then they watch you do it to yourself. They watch you start to get a thought that you really thought was real positive in the past, and then all of a sudden your forehead scrunches down and you get like this pain, and you start to feel bad, and you get like emotional pain. It might even manifest itself as a physical sting in your heart or your chest. So here's the deal. The first thing I want to tell you is this. No, they did not steal your soul. Because here's what happens. You start to believe that somehow they stole your spirit or they stole your soul. They did not. Okay, I promise you that. They did not steal your soul. They did not steal your skill set, and they did not take anything from you, but it feels like it, right? So that is not what they did. Now, the reason why they're doing this is to destroy you emotionally, because remember, a narcissist is trying to individuate by stealing your personality. So yeah, they do mimic you. They do copy you. They do imprint on you, which is like they're recording your voice, your body language. It's like a video audio recorder, and they're trying to become you. And once they think that they've become you or have enough, then they have to destroy you. Now, the number one goal is to get your system, to hijack your system, and then teach your system to turn on itself. So now everything that you valued, liked, and enjoyed, you don't like anymore, or you feel bad about it. Okay, here's something I know a lot of you felt. Have you guys ever really liked something in life? It could be art, could be music, it could be a song, it could be a food, it could be your job, it could be anything. It could be doing artwork. And then all of a sudden, you won't do it anymore because it brings you pain and suffering. And that's what they're looking for. So when you go to talk about something, when you go to get involved with that thing, they're waiting to see you get this pain in your eyes. And that's how they know they're done. And from that point on, they go ballistic on you. They go after the attack. So that's essentially what has happened. Now, let me look at my notes here real quick. Make sure I got everything in there. All right. Now, one of the reasons, one of the reasons why this works so good is because when they hijack your unconscious system, that is the ultimate authority. So what happens is you begin to look at you when you like this certain ice cream or this food or this value or belief or whatever, and you're like, no, that's no good. That's bad. What's wrong with you? What are you thinking? How could you even think of working a job like that or working at that place? And all of a sudden you have turned on you because the narcissist became the ultimate authority, because unconsciously on the mirroring effect, you thought that they were you. All right. Now let's see if there's anything else in here I've missed. All right. Now here, this is the final piece. This is the good part. It's called self-love. The reason why spending time with yourself is so valuable, so important. When you're crying, when you're hurting, when you're feeling empty, when you're feeling alone, you need to curl up in bed or on the couch, and you need to physically hold that part of your gut or your solar plexus or your heart in an open way. You need to love it. You need to say positive things, because what happens? You're like, oh, I'm such an idiot. Oh, I'm so stupid. And that's what a lot of you have done. That's from narcissist abuse. That is not a normal, healthy thing that people do from childhood on. That's something that has to be put into you, has to be hardwired and tricked into you from a narcissist. So you need to start saying, I love you, to yourself, to your gut, to your heart. Say, I love you. Say your name. Like, my name is Mike, but my child name was Michael. So I will sit there and hold myself and I say, I love you, Michael. It's going to be okay, Michael. We're going to make it through this. And I will cry with myself. And I've done this for years. Now, here's the benefit of self-love. It's because self-love gives you self-empowerment. You start to feel good about yourself. Now, it's not going to happen overnight, guys. I'm going to tell you that right now. Do not think that all of a sudden it's going to happen overnight. It's going to take time. A lot of time, a year, 2 years, and you'll continue to do it after that when something comes up, but you won't have to do it as often. So the main reason why you need to develop self-love is because that's the very reason why a narcissist targeted you. Is because they're like, oh, this person doesn't have enough self-love. Because when you love yourself, you don't let people cut you down. When you love yourself, when something feels off, you back away. You're like, something's not right here. I don't know what it is, but something's not right. And you leave. How do I know this? Because once you go through narcissist abuse and you learn how to do self-love, you start pulling away. When someone's rude, you're like, fuck this. You just walk away or you cuss them out. So the reason why a narcissist targeted you is because they tested you to see. And they, not only that, but they watched you. They watched how you interacted with people. They paid attention to how you interacted with them, with the things they said to you, right? I'm just going to cut to the chase. The reason why they targeted you is because you didn't have enough self-love for yourself to have self-respect to say, no, I'm not going to let you hurt me. That's not right. That's wrong. That's like the most basic, simplest way of saying it. Self-love is why some people are rich and some people are not. Self-love is why some people win world titles and some people don't. See, there's a reason why some people just seem to succeed and achieve their goals like effortlessly. It's like, yeah, sure, they work hard, but like they just like keep moving from one goal to another to another. It's like, yeah, it's because they have self-love. They don't let people tell them, oh, you're no good. Oh, you suck. Oh, you're slow. They're like, whatever, dude, fuck you. and they leave them. They cut them out of their life. And that's the thing that you need to start doing. Now, let me see if there's one more thing here I didn't miss. All right. So the other thing, which is similar to what I just said, is self-approval. You need to spend time with yourself so you think for yourself. You need to self-love and spend time loving yourself and being with yourself, curling up in bed and just crying with yourself and holding yourself. And you have to say good things. At first you think, oh, this isn't going to work. That's how I felt for years. Oh, this isn't going to work. But when you actually start doing it, you start to feel better. You say, I love you, Michael. It's going to be okay. I'm here for you. You need to become your own best friend. You need to become your own mother. You need to nurture yourself. Here's why. Because one of the things a narcissist is looking for is looking to see if you have self-approval or others' approval. And if you have others' approval, they're going to have a heyday on you. And they're going to attack the hell out of you. And they're going to just enjoy the fuck out of it. Now, here's the final piece I'm going to give you in this video. When it comes to a narcissist, it's almost like this is like the final thing. It's sink or swim. You are either going to die physically or you're going to live. Meaning you're not going to be this self-abusing, hurting, letting other people hurt you. No. Here's ultimately what's really happening that's even worse than dying. You're either going to become a narcissist or narcissistic flying monkey, or you're going to become a very powerful, loving angel like an earth angel. And that's what happens. You are going to have to make a decision to start loving yourself, forgiving yourself, and understanding yourself, and being good to yourself, and supporting yourself. This will begin to build confidence. This will begin to build feeling good about yourself. And when other people come up to you and start cutting you up, whatever, it doesn't affect you as much. But I'm going to tell you right now, it takes work. God bless you guys and good luck.